Kivent goes hand in hand with Kivy. The good thing about Kivent is that we can use full functionality of Kivy, that is a robust framework. To make buttons in Kivent, we use Kivy button functionality and use the texture of a button to be a Kivent entity. We import Kivy button, then we create Kivent entity and load the texture. This is the image of start button and start button pressed. The names of these textures can be seen under the images. The size of the start button image is 200 in width and 50 in height. The positions of Kivent entity and Kivy buttons are same. Let's load and see the output. Although the positions are same, but there is a difference in position. The difference in position is because Kivent refers to the center of the object on both X and Y axis, whereas Kivy positions its X from the left side and Y from the bottom side. You can see that Kivy button's left corner is right in the middle of Kivent's button. There is a simple solution for this problem. On Kivy button position, we subtract half of the width and half of the height of the actual button size. The width of Kivy button is 200, so we minus 100, which is half of the width of the button, and 50 is the height of the button, so on y-axis we minus half of the height, which is 25. And let's see the output now. Now the Kivent entity and Kivy button are on the same position. If we turn the opacity of Kivy button to 0, we can see the Kivent entity underneath. After that, we bind couple of functions to Kivy button. The first function will change the state of button on press, and the other function starts the game. This window is 800 in width and 600 in height. As I have loaded moon and stars, this time I have positioned them out of the screen on far right. The maximum screen we can see is 800 in width. So the entities are loaded on, let's say, position 1500 onwards. As the game starts or the level function starts, this will position the loaded entities to the visible area of this output screen. And it will hide the button that is visible to far right of the screen. Let's see the code for that. First, we turn the opacity of Kivy button to 0. And then we bind the self.pressing function to our button. This function sends the start underscore button, which is the name of the texture key, to pressing function. The pressing function receives the name of the button texture as an image argument. The pressing function receives the name of the button texture that is being pressed and adds underscore pressed to the name of the texture and change the texture key to start button underscore pressed. That is the pressed image of our button. After 0.2 seconds, this function calls the releasing function that reverts back the state of the image to start button only. The second function that is binded to this button level function. The second function that is binded to the self.button is the level function that positions the off-screen entities to front. position or teleport the physics entities, not the Kivent entities, the Simon physics entities, we must call physics.space.reindex_shape on each object, and then we enable the gravity. Let's see the output.